Good morning. My name is Eloise Schlafly. You're all mostly strangers to me, but strangers I am very thankful to be standing in front of. Thank you for sharing your work. Thank you for being here. I'm here today to put a face behind the hours and hours, years and years of research you've done to hopefully share a little bit of what life looks like living with CMT. So who am I? I'm your average 34-year-old girl. I got married this summer. I work at an awesome company, and I live with CMT1E, a stupid point mutation that impacts every decision I make during the course of a day. I hop in bed early, get a restless night's sleep, wake up and pray I can take 3 steps to the bathroom without my braces, without falling. I'm someone who's asked every Tom, Dick, and Harry for an arm to get from A to B, and I'm generally more impressed by humans than depressed by them. I was diagnosed around age 15, and for the first 15 years of this disease, I was in denial. No friends, no family could ask me what I was thinking or how I was feeling. And at some level, it was easy to hide. Symptoms were slow. I grew up in a family of athletes. My mom was a walk-on Division I college athlete. My brother was in the paper every weekend for football, and my dad got a speeding ticket on his bicycle. Genetic testing and doctors told me I wasn't like them, but they also couldn't tell me how different I'd really be. From diagnosis on, I've lived in a scared world of what's going to happen next. When I fall, my first thought is typically, is this the beginning of the end? I've been lucky. As I've said, my progression has been slow. When first diagnosed, I needed no allowances. Then friends started carrying books for me. Then I took the elevator. I needed extra time to get between classes. And finally, I got piggyback rides from friends. When I fell in front of 1,000 people at a traditional choreographed dance in high school, not once, but twice, my friend jumped in behind me, hauled me up, and the show went on. I fell in my college library in the silent study section. No one around, I army crawled to an opening, used my best sign language to ask a non-English speaking student to help me up. The wind blew me over en route to class, and luckily I could reach my cell phone to call campus safety, a group of individuals who became dear friends. After I fell early in the morning at the office and a cheap mug cut my arm, triggering more blood and more stitches than I expected, I finally started wearing my braces consistently. A few months ago, for the first time, I articulated to my peers what's actually going on with me. That's right. Literally, this year was the first time I was willing to share with my friends what CMT is and how it's impacting me. The 15 years prior, I lacked reality and my emotions in a deep, dark hole. What hasn't changed, though, is my sense of fear and feeling trapped. I fear simple things like falling alone in my home and not being near a phone to call for help. I fear I'll take one slight misstep and hit the ground. I fear a really bad fall that hurts my brain. I fear it all. I fear I'll continue to feel weakness in my hands. I fear my legs will keep going. I fear someone will attack me and I won't be able to defend myself. I fear passing this thing on to someone else. I fear being pregnant and falling. I fear if I have a kid, I won't be able to carry him and can't be a good mom. I fear it all. The natural response is to throw me in a wheelchair and open up my opportunities. I can't. I won't. I will for a stupid long walk or a plane trip, but I can't in the office. I can't in my daily life. I want to keep as much strength as I have for as long as I have. If I don't use it, I'll lose it. You might focus on what I've lost, but I'm keen to keep what I still have. This is limiting, I admit. There are stores I can't get into. I curse when I see somebody totally able walk towards their car parked in my spot. I'm judgy when I see lazy people. If they only knew what I would do for an opportunity to run up steps. I clench my jaws and try to be empathetic when people tell me they had to park far away or explain to me that they bumped their leg yesterday and it's been a little tender. I have an awesome job. Like we're sitting here today talking about the nitty gritty of CMT and coming up with a plan. I get to do that with families across the country on their finances. But there's a nervous part where you hope the prospective client agrees and wants to work with you. I'm working on becoming a partner, and I do that by working with more families. I can't go play golf with the guys and meet people. I can't join a pickle league. I can't really show up at just any networking event. So I stick to my knitting, meet people where I can, and hope for the best. The total BS in this disease is well seen in the conversation I had this summer. I met a doctor who wanted financial help. Seeing me walk, he peppered me with personal questions. I was comfortable replying. Again, I'm talking to an MD. It's a peripheral neurological disease that impacts my muscles, but luckily not my brain, luckily not my heart, luckily not my lungs. He then asked me my life expectancy and if he should really become a client. If this is the first thing he thinks and really asks me, how do I ever have a chance of earning trust with people? The answer is I have no clue. I grew up going to the most storybook, picturesque summer camp you can dream of. I went canoeing on the lake, I went hiking in the woods, and was coined Snipe and Schlafly after going 5 for 5 in trap shooting. I got to go back this summer for a reunion and was very excited. However, I didn't realize just how brutal it would be to go there. I went back to a stark reality that I'm not that able-bodied person anymore. My childhood camp doesn't have curb cuts nor ramps. There's no grab bars. There's no paved paths. Getting from point A to point B is nearly impossible. The trip back was a stark reminder of what this disease has robbed me of: normalcy and a whole lot of fun. I hesitate to share this photo. I certainly don't condone illegal trespassing anymore, but it's been on my desk for the last 14 years, and I giggle and shake my head when I notice it. What you're looking at is a building in Florida, certainly not complete, certainly not open to visitors, but definitely of interest to a bunch of 20-year-olds. My friends climbed to the top one night and wanted to go back the next. Gulf Shores and 30 flights up was apparently just so cool. I missed it one night and wasn't excited about missing the second. So maybe it won't surprise you when I say I didn't miss it. If I can get to the top of this building, think about what you can do. I was able to physically climb one floor and I was piggybacked the other 29. That's not easy for anyone, no matter how strong you are. We all took breaks. I was passed off between a couple of really strong people, and we made it up and back down again. You may be asking, why am I sharing this story? Your 3-floor mountain is CMT. You'll need to switch techniques. You'll need to take a break. You'll need to tag in new investors, new researchers, new lab mates. But if you're wondering if the view is worth the climb, it is. By the time we got to the top, our beer was warm, but it was very, very good and very worth it. I need you all, each of you. Help me, help the next gen. We're here, we're rooting for you. Just keep going.
Thank you, Eloise. I really commend you for coming up here, sharing your experience, raw emotion, fears, hope. I know it must not be easy. And I think I can probably speak to a lot of the audience here that hearing your story is extremely motivating and really it pushes us to keep going. So thank you.